Hey guys, this is something new for me. I've never tried like videoing myself in this capacity. Kind of the purpose of this channel is just to document. It's kind of just a way for me to talk and get my feelings out because I feel like that would really help me. So, if nobody watches this, then great. I have like a video diary for myself to watch back later, and if people watch it, then that's great too. I would love to have someone like enjoy the stuff I make and listen to me talk for a little bit. But either way, so the idea here is I'm just gonna play some Minecraft, kind of as some background noise, uh, give me something to do while my mind uh, keeps thinking of things that I want to talk about. And yeah, it's just kind of gonna be in the background. Um, and call it talking and stuff. Just normal Minecraft world, just kind of chill. But yeah, I just kind of wanted a way to document how my life's been going and kind of some of the things that have been going through my head and some of the things that I've been wanting to talk about. And I thought that this might be a good way to do it. Um, so a little bit about me is I am 18 years old. I just graduated high school about a month ago, and less than a month ago, I guess. Feels like it's been forever ago. And yeah, I wanted something to do with my summer. Kind of good distraction, you know. So I'm mostly gonna be recording these later at night because I live with my family and they're all asleep at this time, so there's not gonna be any background noise. But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep this all uncut. I want it to be as like as personal as possible, and I think cutting the footage kind of removes a little aspect of that. So I want to keep it rolling. But yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about how this summer's been going because I feel like a lot of people can relate with some of the things that I've been going through. And I think it's important that you have that person that you can relate to talk about things with. And I think it would be really powerful if I could be that person for some people. If not, then great. I have this output where I can kind of just kind of do my own thing. And yeah, I had my keybinds all messed up when I was playing Skyblock. All right. So this summer has been a bit of a slow one for me. I I've been looking for a job recently. I mean, I'm 18, I gotta make some money. College isn't gonna pay for itself. But I haven't really heard back from anywhere and it's been a couple weeks. Tried a lot of places. I went in person to a lot of places and I also applied online to a few and I'm not really getting anything back from anywhere. So, I mean, I'm still holding out hope because I leave for college in a couple months, so I still have some time to make some money, but my parents aren't paying for all of college, obviously. That would be a lot of financial burden on them, especially I have two siblings, so that would be a little bit rough on them. But so I'm gonna have to find a way to make my own money. Uh yeah, so the job hunt's been tough. I bet a lot of people can relate to that. I know I'm just a teenager just looking for a summer job, but yeah, you'd think it'd be a little easier. But no, it's been a little tough, and honestly, because of that, I've been not doing much. I mean, I'm someone who really likes to have like a schedule or something to go about my day, because if I don't have a schedule, I'm not gonna get anything done. I'm just gonna scroll on my phone and I don't know, just rot the day away playing video games or something. So it's nice to have a schedule, but school used to be that schedule for me, and now I don't have that. So I'm trying to find things to fill the day. Let's see. I I've been going through something recently that I feel like some people may be able to kind of relate to, but about a month ago, before my uh before my graduation, few days before, maybe the week before, my little sister overdosed on her medication. She um she tried to take her own life, and she thankfully did not succeed. And that's been a weird time for my family to go through, because I mean, nothing like that's ever happened before. We've never had a situation like that, and I mean, I think mental health is a really important thing, and it's important that it's talked about, because if you don't talk about it, then there's no awareness, and things aren't going to get fixed. So I think it's important for me to come on here and to talk a little bit about that, because it's an important topic and it shouldn't go unspoken about. Yeah, so she has it's genetic depression, so yeah, it's not really her fault. Nothing happened. It's just her brain doesn't let her be happy when it should. Um, my mom has it, my grandma has it. I think there's a good chance that I have it at least to some extent too. And it's tough because you could be doing everything right. You could be going out, eating well. You could have a ton of friends, and it doesn't matter. Still just feel sad. And there's not much you can do about it, to be honest. She's been going to therapy for a while, tried a bunch of different solutions. Nothing's really worked the way it should. So yeah, it's been rough on my family recently, because we all really want to help them, and we really want to be there for them. But I mean, what can we do, you know? All you can do is really be there for someone. And I think we managed that pretty well. So last month's kind of been rocky. It sucked that that happened right before my graduation, because I really missed having them at my graduation. I think that's an important milestone, and I wish they could have seen me graduate, you know? It would have meant a lot to me. But there's nothing to do now. Just hope that they get better. They've been at this facility recently. It's not like a facility, I'd say. It's like this nicer house up in the up by the bay. And they're there with other kids who are also struggling, which I think is a good thing to have, that kind of camaraderie, you know. That feeling of not being alone. So that's been really good. I think they're doing a lot better, but they probably won't be home for a little while, and that sucks, because I love them a lot. I know you don't always say it to your siblings, but you really do love them a lot. And it's honestly just, it's been really poorly timed with everything. A lot's been happening for me recently, for us, and I mean, I think the hardest part is the feeling of helplessness, because you can do so much, and it doesn't make a difference. But I mean, the other option is keeping nothing, which that's not much of an option at all. What I can really do is just hope that they get better, and do your part to be there for them, and just believe you're making a difference, honestly. By the way, if you ever get if anyone watches this, if you get bored with something was saying before, it's pretty poorly timed for a couple reasons. Um, I I mean, graduation is a big one. That sucks to miss. We were gonna go on a trip actually before all this, which I've never been. We've never been. I've been able to see once to go to Mexico for a new family reunion there, so it's about as far as I've made it. But, I mean, obviously with everything happening, I can't go to Europe. They're not even home yet, and it was planned for a couple weeks ago. Like, it's just a lot to deal with. So, I mean, me and my other sister and my parents are gonna go to Disneyland in a week. 2 days actually. And after the 4th of July, so I don't know, maybe that'll be cool. A little distraction, I suppose, from all the chaos. But I wish that my sibling was with us. Yeah. A lot of other things have been going on in my life too. I was dating this girl for 4.5 months, almost 5 months, and we broke up last week. I think, yeah, we could go to this day actually. It was my choice. I broke up with her, but you know, it doesn't make it any less hard. It doesn't make it any less painful to think about, to go through, and it just sucks, you know. It just sucks to go through something like that. Like, have my sister be the way she's doing right now is not good, and then I had this person who I thought was the person for me and who I truly believed I would end up with, and then things don't work out, and that's hard. It's really hard to deal with that kind of thing, and it's stacking up. It's all stacking up. I mean, the I guess the breakup is my fault. I'm the one who broke up with her after all, so I mean, you can blame me if you want, but things weren't healthy. Things weren't happy between us, so I did what I thought would be best for both of us, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would have been better if we stayed together, but I'm trying to make the decisions that will make my future better, you know. I don't want to be stuck in something that's just hurting, and hurting not just me but her too. And that's not okay. We're both young. We shouldn't be dealing with this kind of thing so early on, and I think that's what drove me to finally end things. Is I realized how bad things really were, and it took some serious arguments to really make me see that. So I'm trying my best. And to top it all off, things with my friends haven't been going so well recently either. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people can relate. It's high school friends, just it can be rocky. It can be tough sometimes. So I'm trying to navigate that at the same time. It you know, it sucks being left out of things all the time. Kind of feels like I'm that friend that out of sight, out of mind type friend. If I'm not there, then I don't exist to a lot of people. Feels like the only time I really get invited to things is if I'm somehow accidentally there when the plan's being made, and it's never a, hey Zach, this is what we're doing. Do you want to come with us? It's more like a, they make the plan, and then they see me standing there, and they go, "Oh, do you want to come? Do you want to come too?" And it doesn't feel like an invitation. It feels like an obligation. And I mean, it hurts, uh, because it feels like they have each other. All my friends have someone, and I am just kind of there. I'm just I I was looking at this comic recently, this X-Men comic about this mutant whose power is pretty terrible in a lot of situations. It's, if you're not looking at him, then you forget he exists. Um, Literally out of sight, out of mind. And I I just think his story is crazy. I think it I think the reason the writers created him was to be relatable to a lot of people, and I think they succeeded really well. Um, yeah, and I think that college will be good for me. I think that I need a fresh start because I mean I can't keep going on with how things have been going with my friends. It's really hard to feel like you're nobody's first choice. So I am maybe foolishly hopeful that college will be a fresh start. It'll be good. I'm crossing my fingers that the fresh start will be exactly what I was looking for, and I will find my people, or even my person. To be honest, I'm fine with just one good friend. You know, one good friend who I feel like when they're asked who their best friend is, they would say me too. I think that's a special kind of friendship. I think it's been a long time since I've really felt like I was that person for someone. And I don't know, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm not the kind of person that people want to have as their person. Maybe it's something I do. But I'm really hoping that that's not the case, and that things will things will switch soon. Things will kind of change somehow. And I think it's on me to make that happen. I think it's on me to flip that switch. And yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like having that person would fix a lot of things for me. It's still June 30th. It's still Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, which was another thing that inspired me to make this, because I think everybody needs someone, and even if nobody watches, even if one person watches this video, then I will feel like I helped in some way to make a difference, you know? And that's all we can do, is try our best to make a difference. Because, I mean, I've been thinking about it a lot recently. What's my purpose? And I think that if I can help a few people, then maybe I'll feel like I finally found it. Like, that's something I've struggled with a lot recently, is what is my reason for doing things? What is my purpose? My why? What is my why? And I honestly, when I'm there's a lot of things that could be nice. You could have that really good friend, maybe significant other, who makes you feel like you're worth something. Or you could have that goal, that passion that you've been pushing towards, and your why is furthering that goal and maybe finally reaching that big checkpoint that you've been pushing for. And that could be your passion or your reason to keep going. But I think I'm still searching for one. I think I've had them in the past, obviously, but right now I am still looking for my passion, I guess, my why. And I bet I'll find it. I mean, like, I've got time, but I just hope I find it soon. Because, I mean, you guys know now the way things have been going, have been good. Trying to stay positive though, you know? I mean, I feel like that's all I really can do at this point, is just be as positive as I can. Keep that smile on your face and take it one day at a time. But I think that's a problem with how our society works. Is I feel like a lot of times that's all guys are really expected to do, is just smile and to stay strong and to keep on pushing. And I think that ends badly for a lot of people. I was looking into it, and 80% of all suicides in America are by men. And I think it's more important in men's mental health awareness than ever to talk about it. I mean, because that's the best time for it, obviously. So I just one man every single minute takes his own life. 1 a minute. That shouldn't be the case at all. That should never be the case, that anyone takes their life. And I know there's many reasons why it happens, but 1 a minute is, I think, unacceptable as a society. And I think people should do more to combat it. I think not just men's mental health, obviously, women's mental health too is incredibly important, mental health in general. But I think not enough attention is put specifically on men's mental health, kind of because of the way that men are told to be. I mean, you know, men are told to push their feelings down and not talk about their feelings. I feel like I've lived my life like that, kind of with that idea that if I show too many emotions, that I am weak, and that men shouldn't be weak. And I think really how I've seen it is the opposite is true. I think the strongest men are the ones who are able to talk about how they feel. I really believe that. I think the strongest men I know are the ones who can look you in the eye and tell you, hey, I'm not doing okay. Because that takes a different kind of strength. Strength that many people just don't have. And it's a kind of strength that I've been searching for. If I'm being honest, I would say that I'm not at the point where I feel like I can confidently do that. I can't confidently look you in the eyes and tell you how I'm really feeling. At least not to most people. I feel like everyone has maybe someone that, or someone that they can at least talk to a little bit, whether it's like a family member or a friend. But I think most of the reason I started this channel is I don't feel like I have that person right now. Maybe I did. Maybe I used to, but right now it doesn't feel like I have that person I can reach out to. And I think maybe documenting it like this, documenting my thoughts, my life, how things are going, will maybe fill that gap a little bit. Maybe it'll help me to feel less alone. I think that's all that people really want these days, is just they don't want to be alone. And I think right now I feel more alone than I ever have. For many reasons, because of not being with my girlfriend anymore, because of how things are with my friends, because other issues that I won't even get to at this moment, but just know they're there. But yeah, it's just kind of all adding up into this giant pile of loneliness. And right now it kind of feels like unavoidable in a way. It feels like this is just how things are going to be. And I'm hoping that's not true. I mean, I would really like that to not be true. But in the meantime, I have these videos to maybe combat a little bit of that loneliness. Like I said before, I mean, I'm not worried about how this YouTube video does. It's not really even a YouTube video to me. It's a space for me to talk about my feelings, and if people want to listen and it gives them some level of comfort, then that's amazing, and that'll probably make it feel even more special. But if not, then I got to get my feelings out, and I got to have this space to talk, and I think that's also just as beautiful. So yeah, I'm hoping that some people will find some kind of comfort maybe in this, in my words, in knowing that they're not alone in how they're feeling. And my hope is by the end of this, they'll know that it does get better, because I will be proof of that. I will be proof that it doesn't have to be bad, and growth is possible. I hope I'll be proof of that. There's this girl. I know this probably doesn't sound good because I just broke up with my girlfriend, but there's this girl who she was my friend in childhood. I guess I'd say friend in childhood. She went to my elementary school, and I remember from the moment I saw her on the little kindergarten playground, I was smitten. My little kindergarten mind who didn't know what a crush even was, just was awestruck by this girl. And I didn't stop feeling that way. I introduced myself to her eventually, probably first grade. And yeah, I'd say we were friends. I don't know if that's a fair word for it, because I mean, girls and boys in elementary school never mixed, right? But yeah, no, I would say we had what I call a friendship. We would stay after school and and I don't know, just play together. And oh, and yeah, after third grade, she moved away. She moved to a different state, and that sucked. That was the first time I ever felt like the feeling of losing someone, you know? I just remember that last day before she left. I remember the feeling in my heart of just of knowing that that she was going away. And I mean, that hurt. It was something I hadn't experienced before that. I was a kid. So how would I know what loss was? I didn't have any idea about complex things like that yet. But yeah, I experienced that feeling when someone goes away for the first time. That was a difficult thing to go through, I would say. But recently, about maybe halfway through my junior year of high school, I I found her on Instagram and I followed her. And then we started talking and talking and talking, and I don't know, we learned we had a lot in common. And I don't know, I don't know if I've ever clicked that quickly with someone before. It was something new. But yeah, it was really nice to feel like it really felt like no time had passed since we were kids. And that's crazy because it had been 9 years since, maybe 8 years at that point, since we had ever talked, and I felt comfortable with her in a way that I never could have guessed. And she came to visit a week ago. You'll notice those dates line up in a funny way. She came to visit a week ago. Um, Definitely caused some arguments between me and my girlfriend. I wish that things went differently. I wish we didn't argue, but that's how it worked out. We ended up arguing a lot, and it got really bad. And that's when I ended up deciding that ending things would be better than trying to make things work, which sucks. But I mean, it's just hard. It's hard when you know that you could have done things differently and you didn't, and things didn't work out because of the way you handled things or because of your actions. And you just have to live with that. And I think I learned a lot from that relationship, I would say. I think I would do things differently if the time ever does come again. I think the time will come again, and I think I'm going to do things differently, but sorry, sometimes I just need to collect my thoughts. Mark down these coordinates. Take a little picture. like to get stuck on what if this or what if that. I think it's not healthy. I think it's important for you to own up to how things ended up and to say, hey, I made these mistakes. And it's okay to say next time, I don't want to make those mistakes. I think getting stuck on what ifs, it can be really unhealthy. And I think a lot of people do that. And I am definitely one of those people who can do that. But I've been trying not to. I've been trying to live in the moment more. It's always been something I'd say I've struggled with. Sometimes I feel like I'm not here. Like I'm watching my body from afar. Which, yeah, I know there's like words for disassociating or whatever. But I feel like it's different than that. It feels like I'm not using my eyes, and then I can focus my eyes, and then suddenly I'm using them again, and then everything feels really real all of a sudden. And then it's like snapping into reality, and I realize I haven't really been looking at anything for the past few days or weeks sometimes. And it's odd. It's something I haven't gotten used to yet. And I try not to do it. I try to do my best to feel and see things that are around me. But it's like sometimes I'm just not there, you know? It's interesting. I've talked to some people who have smoked or done things like that a lot, and they say they struggle with that more. I've read into it a little bit. People who smoke weed and things like that feel that feeling of disassociation a lot more, but I haven't done those things, and so it's just me, I guess. It's just how things are. And I hate when things like that happen and there's not a reason. Like if I had smoked all the time or something like that, I mean, at least then I'd have that to blame, and I'd have a reason for why I am the way I am. But instead I'm stuck wondering why I feel this way. And not having any solutions, obviously. I've been working with an occupational therapist recently on my time management and some of that kind of stuff, like just life skills. Basically, it's like a life skills thing, because I struggle with motivation a lot. I think some of that stems from the feeling of depression, as I mentioned earlier. I think a lot of it probably stems from that. The genetic depression, that's the word. And I just feel like I can't do things a lot of the time. Not that I can't. Honestly, I feel like I can do things. I don't feel the motivation to actually do them. I don't have that, as I was saying earlier, I don't have that purpose, that reason why for doing anything that I do, and I think that's been hard. I think I struggle to find a reason to do anything anymore. So we've been working on it with the life skills coach, and I think it's been helping. I think when I have that kind of schedule, like when I create it for myself, I do better. Because I have some kind of structure to my life, and I'm not relying on my intrinsic motivation to get tasks done or to feel a certain way. I have that schedule to rely on, and I think it's something that's helped me a lot. But I would definitely say I'm not really like there yet. I wouldn't say I've really improved how I want to in terms of that motivation, you know. Um, and I think that'll mostly come with time. I'm hoping. Lots of time, and I've got to put in the effort for sure to actually try and motivate myself. I think I need to find things that make me want to that make me just feel motivated without me putting in much effort. And in all honesty, that used to be my girlfriend. She used to motivate me. My mom would always tell me, you can't go to her house until you finish this chore, done that task, or so on and so forth. And that was my motivation. And I don't have that anymore. So I have to figure out for myself what's gonna get me going, you know? What's gonna make me want to do things? What's gonna make me feel passion? And I think maybe it's good that things ended between me and her, because I don't think it's good to rely on people like that. I think that feeling of motivation and that feeling of passion needs to come from yourself. And it definitely was not coming from myself before. And now I have the opportunity to find it for myself. Now I get to look for what drives me. I need to figure that out for myself. And I think that's a scary thing, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I want to talk a little more about relationships. I feel like that's a topic I have some knowledge about. And I wanted to talk about how it's okay. It's okay if things don't work out. It's gonna be okay. And I think a lot of people need to hear that to get themselves out of situations that they're in. But you don't need the other person, and I think if you do need the other person, then already something is wrong. I think the beauty of relationships is that you are still your own person, and you are separate people with separate feelings. And I think where relationships fail is when that starts getting forgotten and you become one person, and when one person feels one way and the other person doesn't, then things go wrong. And I think that's not healthy. I know I'm saying I think a lot, but from my experience, that's just how I feel. And I think that letting each other be their own person that's when relationships really become something special. When you don't feel tied to the other person, where your happiness doesn't rely on them, and where if that person disappeared, it would be devastating, but your life wouldn't end, and you'd still have some kind of purpose without them there. And I've been in relationships before where that's not the case, where if you don't have that person, then things are just bad. And that level of codependency just, it wears you down. they go on vacation and you don't know who you are anymore. I've been in that and I've witnessed it, and it's hard. It sucks. I want I want something that's I want something that's I words are hard sometimes, I'm sorry. I um I want something that feels like how it felt like it like when I was a kid, you know? When when you see that person, you just get this giddy feeling in your chest, and they make you so nervous, and you just I want to feel like I'm a kid again. Like I have this fun secret that I really like this person, and that I don't want my friends to tell them, and I think that gets lost when you reach a certain age. I think that's not a thing anymore. Or maybe it is and I just need to find it, but I think I miss that feeling. That that rush of that rush of emotion, just when you hear their name, and when they talk to you, you just feel like the most important thing in the world. And I don't think I felt that with my last couple relationships. I maybe at first you feel that pang because it's new, it's exciting. Of course you're going to feel a little something, and then as time goes on, you lose that. And maybe that's just how it is. Maybe when the novelty wears off, then then you're just not going to feel that way anymore. But I feel like that's not true. I think that it's possible to keep that giddy, happy, childlike spark in a relationship, and I sure as heck I've not figured out how to do that. But I'm holding out hope that the right person will come along, and I will put the work in to be the right person for them when the time comes. Wow, it's a weird feeling talking about all this. I'm not used to spilling my feelings. I just hope this reaches someone. I hope that someone watches this who has maybe been through similar things, or maybe who hasn't, but when they hear this, they feel a sense of peace, or a sense of understanding that they didn't think they could reach right now. And I know I keep talking about purposes and blah blah blah, but I think that would make me feel more like I had a purpose. And once again, if nobody watches this, which is probably the likely scenario, I know how the YouTube algorithm works. If nobody watches this, then that's okay too. I think it's important that I get all these thoughts out either way. If this does do well, I'm happy to make more. If this doesn't do well, I'm still gonna make more. Because this is it's freeing to get to talk about the things that you think about, but you feel like no one else cares about enough to hear. Um, I I hope no one goes through what I'm going through right now. I think today I scrolled a little too much on my phone, and I started reaching corners of Instagram that I shouldn't indulge in. The kind of videos where it just makes you feel hopeless and like things aren't gonna get better, but somewhere somewhere deep in my heart I know they're gonna get better. I'm holding out hope that they will. Um, but yeah, I was watching those videos and I just sat on my bed crying to myself. I just sobbing into my pillow with my door closed so my mom wouldn't hear. And I got out a good cry because I know it can feel hopeless sometimes. It can feel like it's pointless. And I wanna tell you that it's not. It's not pointless. No matter how much you think it is. I know I've thought it is a lot, but it's not. There's someone out there. I I was pretty down today. I was crying and I was feeling like there was no point to anything and it sucked. And then I got a text from my friend and she asked how I was doing. And I instantly just knowing that there's someone out there is like she was just going through her day and somewhere in her head she thought, I wonder how he's doing. And that was enough to snap me out of that terrible feeling and to realize, hey, like, wow, I am important. I I'm worthy of someone's attention and someone's care, and that's a special feeling. And I think even if you don't feel that way, that I think you should strive to find someone who makes you feel that way. Um, yeah, I think that just it just takes one person to look at you, really look at you, and really care about you. It just takes that one person, and then things aren't so bad anymore. And even if you don't have that right now, even if you feel like you don't have a person who will do that for you, I think that it's worth it to keep living and to keep being happy just to find that person. Because they're out there. They are. I uh I know they are. I've found some that make me feel special and that make me feel cared for, and I genuinely live to find more of those people. And not everyone's gonna be like that. I have friends who won't invite me to anything and who I feel like just don't see me for who I am. And and that's gonna happen. You're gonna meet people like that. But you need to look past that. You need to look past those people towards the people who do care about you and who you are and who really see you, and they share your passion and they share your energy, and and they want you to be better, and they want you to make them better, and it just you can you can feel loved around them. And and even though I might not have a lot of those people, I think the ones that I do have make it worth it. I have this one friend who she always texts me after work and we talk about our days, and that feels so special to me. And it's so mundane. It's not a big thing, just talking about your day. But it's so important nonetheless. I think that maybe I should be that person for more people. Just like I would want them to be that person for me. And for that reason, I want to reach out to more people because they reached out to me. And maybe this will be the way that I reach someone, that I make someone's day. Maybe this video will find just one person who feels a little bit happier now that they've heard what I had to say, and that would be enough for me. That would make me feel happy. I'm going to do a school down in Southern California. I'm going to a really good school there, and I'm gonna study to become a doctor. My dream is to one day become a pediatrician, because I love working with kids. It's always been my dream to be a dad. I love working with kids. It's just, maybe that's part of why I always want that childlike feeling back. And I don't know, it's just, kids are amazing and they're our future, and they need to be the centerpiece of our society. And so I want to be a pediatrician. I want to help kids. I want to help people, and I think that would be really fulfilling for me. And I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of school. It's going to be like another 10 years of school and residency and a lot of money. But I think all of that is worth it for the impact that I hope to make one day. And I genuinely live for that look of gratitude in someone's eyes when you help them with something. Just that thankful look in their eyes. I want to see that more. And I think if my job revolved around seeing that, even I have to deal with cranky kids and angry parents for whatever reason, I think just one look of gratitude a day or even a week would be so fulfilling. And I can't think of anything that I could do with my life that would be more fulfilling for me. So yeah, that's my goal. I'm hopefully going to use that as my purpose, my drive from now on. Is that end goal of really helping people. I think I'm gonna cut it there for the first video. It's been about an hour, but I think this was really good to talk about things, and maybe I'll write stuff down throughout my next week or a few days or however long it is. Write stuff down that I really want to get off my chest or want to talk about, and I'll have that ready for the next video. And if this just turns out to be just a digital diary for me, and I'm the only one who ever watches this back, that's okay. But if this reaches someone, which I hope it will, that would be amazing. If you did watch all the way to here, or even just skipped and watched this end bit, thank you. You are loved. A lot of people don't get